What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Den After Dark or BS at Big Nighttime BS. Presented by MFTKFoundation.com. MFTKFoundation.com is the website for the foundation that's bringing you mentors for the kids and all the other different things that we do in the community. All the stuff that we've got lined up. It's going to be pretty cool. What we got going on the summer 6th annual book bag drive. Going out here, Jacksonville. Well, we'll start off Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville, Tallahassee. Those will be the 4 locations. Also moving product up to Atlanta, I believe, like we did last year as well. Right now, we're 89% away from the goal. Shout out to some of the people who have donated. In particular, First Commerce Credit Union, I believe, is who they donated $300 to the cause. We've got some really important meetings over the next couple of weeks. One of the best things that I do when I'm on vacation is I actually work. Because I don't have any kids, so I'll be on vacay starting on Friday. But we'll be recording. Just to be recording from a beach. We'll be recording. We'll be doing all kind of other different things. But I'll be trying to get my tailgate, get some of the other different things for the nonprofit worked out. I'm about to restart recruiting. I know I got some guys committed, but let me tell you what is crazy about these schools. Like, so with your kids' schools, a lot of these schools, especially the ones that are really, really old, they have some things that a lot of people don't know. So, like, some of those, well, y'all don't remember it, but you probably saw it on TV shows where they had like auto shop, and they had auto stuff. They were teaching people trades. Well, we walked around Mandarin the other day. One of our coaches, because it was testing. And testing, they just use big rooms and just put kids in all kinds of things. One of the coaches was subbing, and he was like, James, are you aware they have like a whole fucking TV studio here? Like, legitimately, like with cameras, with everything not used.
Why has no one told me before?
And I'm sitting here like, he sent it to me, and I'm like, I mean, they got like the TV cameras. Like, it's just a big ass camera, like a big ass camera, and like it's just sitting there.
Got money.
And I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, it doesn't make any sense. What, like, these things that they have. So I was like, all right, well, cool. I already want to do that. And I'm like, so we may be shooting our show there from in July.
That's cool. Shoot.
Like, just trying to get it, like, because the whole goal is to have the principal allow me to have it.
That'd be tough,
and
especially the vulgarity of our show.
Well, no, we can change a lot of the stuff and the things. We don't have to tell them where we're shooting. We're not gonna be like, live, man, fuck them kids, live from Mandarin High. Like, no, we wouldn't say that. We would just do our stuff. And what I'll do is I will help the kids create like a morning news show.
Gotcha.
And like, you only need like 15 minutes. And most of the stuff on morning news is like, you pre-record it. You pre-record segments. You only need your main anchors to be there for 5 minutes. Like, do 5 minutes work. Actually, what's crazy is when I go do the news, I get all dolled up and dressed up for 5 minutes of work. And that's, the legitimately what all they're doing. I was trying to I sent it to Sheena. Like, just so you could just see just one of the like, before I even play it. Like, look. Okay, oh, my bad. Like, you just see the thing just standing right there? They just sitting there? like it's getting dust. Nobody's using it. But like, we're gonna again try to teach these young men and women like how to do stuff with sports news, with a news twist and everything like that. But those are things that we want to do with the foundation. Getting people there, connecting the dots. Shout out to Killer got all the awards. I was happy about that. They got to do kindergarten award shows a little bit better. Like one, they're public schools, so we can make a really good assumption that every kid's gonna graduate kindergarten. Yeah, like kindergarten's harder than what people think, though. It ain't no more just coloring in between the lines and stuff. Like they actually have to know math. They have to know how to read a little bit. But Kai got straight A's and E's, and they don't have the Indian kids there no more like they had when Trey was there. Like so, but I was happy. Kai did his thing. Everybody else, TJ got promoted to major. Had a really good promotion ceremony. Had some good feedback. It was some military brass in there.
Right.
Like, and Big Army was there, was in the house. So there's National Guard Army, and people look down on it. But the Big Army is like we're Army. We're really Army. And even that guy was like, who the hell? Why are all these these big time officers here? And I'm like, it was cool. It was that's a hell of a compliment, by the way. Also might have made me some money. So I'm grateful for that. There's nothing better than getting money that you have to do absolutely nothing for. I love government waste when it comes to me. But those are some of the things that we had there. It was cool. Kai got to be the big kid in front of the grandparents and everybody. So like most of the time, everybody's here for Trey and his accolades, but now this time everybody was there for Kai. And wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute. Oh shit. Breaking news. Jim Irsay just died. We are devastated to announce our beloved owner and CEO, Jim Irsay, passed away peacefully in his sleep this afternoon. Jim's dedication and passion for the Indianapolis Colts, in addition to his generosity, commitment to the community, and most importantly, his love for his family, were unsurpassed. Our deepest sympathies go to his daughters, Carly, Casey, Kaylin, and his entire family as we grieve with them. Some of Jim's fondest memories came from his youth, working training camps in Baltimore and growing relationships with players, coaches, and staff whom he considered his extended family. He worked in every department before he was named the youngest general manager in team history in 1984 when the Colts arrived in Indianapolis. After he took sole ownership in 97, he led the Colts to a long series of division titles and brought the city his first Super Bowl championship. Jim's love and appreciation for the NFL, in addition to its history, tradition, and principles, influenced him to become a steward of the game throughout the 50-plus years in the league. Jim's generosity can be felt all over Indianapolis, the state of Indiana, and the country. He made philanthropy a daily endeavor. He never hesitated to help countless organizations and individuals live better lives. Music was one of Jim's passions, and his ability to share his band and a collection with millions of people across the world brought him tremendous joy. Simply put, he wanted to make the world a better place, and that philosophy never wavered. Jim was deeply missed by his family, the Colts organization, and fans everywhere. But we remain inspired by his caring and unique spirit. Wow. Did that just pop up? Like we're just gonna say fuck Jim Irsay. Is that what we're doing with the Reddit? You didn't see what it said? I'm like, yo, like, no.
I remember Jim Irsay being eccentric, so I'm like,
I was gonna make my jokes, but I wasn't gonna say is he a bad owner.
That was 2 years ago.
I fucks with people who do drugs and are good at their job. Like I think people don't realize there are a lot of functioning crackheads out on this planet, out in this world. And Jim Irsay was a functioning one. I didn't necessarily agree with everything that Jim Irsay said, especially when he talked about Lamar Jackson and a lot of other people. But I can appreciate Jim Irsay saying what the fuck he meant and meaning what he said. There is something to be said about people who are like that.
Wrestler like
it's just. I mean, that man got caught with Colombian Bam Bam, pills, and $50,000 and walked away. No normal person does that, man. most of the time, police officers are not only will you never see that money again,
right?
but you're going to jail. But billionaire playboy philanthropist. Basically, Jim Irsay is Bruce Wayne without the cool gadgets. Because if we're being for real,
okay,
Batman was on cocaine. There's no way you do some of the things that Batman does if you're not addicted to drugs. Not meth, not crack, but booger sugar. Because a little bump ain't never hurt nobody, if we being honest. And but again, it's sad to see that. Yeah, that was wild because it is out of nowhere. Speaking of which, you might want to go see your grandma, like tomorrow. Like, but did you hear what she said to Miss Renee?
Yeah,
that was just hilarious. That's one of the things. Like, that's the one thing I'm sad I haven't done. I'm gonna try. I got to do it with my grandmother. I want to just interview them or like get a book or something like for them to like be able to write or record. We got to hear some of the young stories. People right now, I'm telling you, yes, your children might judge you, but fuck all that. They need to know that you were not just a prude your whole life. They got to know that's what I like about Jim Irsay. His grandkids knew that Papa was crazy. Like, we need to know, like, because once you start going crazy, not crazy, you start fading, your brain like the real shit starts coming out. Or you start saying random things. And Gagi asked, it's no real way to say, because Miss Renee is way more than a nanny. She's not a nanny at all. But she's a big, really good family friend. But she asked her if she had any coke. And I was like, well, she was in Panama when Panama was hot. You know, like, she wasn't. It wasn't. It was like what we think a third world country is now. That shit was really back then. Like it was a trade route, and she probably had the good stuff. But you gotta. I don't know, man. We're losing recipes, man, and we got to get to know these people, man. Let me see. I know my boy OJ. Oh, but yeah. So that's basically what we got here. But while you guys are doing this, make sure you please go join the channel. Make sure you jam the like button. Subscribers is going up. Still need to go a little bit more than that. Love the energy we're getting on the Twitter. Please come join us on the YouTube so that what we do during the YouTube is membership has its perks. A lot of people bitching about hotel prices. We give hotel hookups to members, first come, first serve. We do our pigskin pick'em during football season. We do the college football pick'em during football season. We have our fantasy football league that we also do, as well as numerous other giveaways. The Wednesday before every football game, we go in and we give away a pair of tickets to the game. If you're an all-in member, you get sideline. If I could get sideline access, you get sideline access. If I hold on, let's join now. If you can get free tailgate access if you're 3-6 Mafia member and up, which means $36, you get a $60 tailgate, which is all you can eat, all you can drink. Basically, the bottom line is we want you to be able to get more into it. If you want to be able to do it through the YouTube, if you want to do it through MFTK Foundation website, the goal is let's just become a member or at minimum subscribe to the channel so that we can continue to do cool shit. So on that note, we start every show off with the word of prayer, and let's get our Samoan angry prayer on.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Nobody wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God. go. Ah!
Ooh, all right. So this is what we got going right here. Jaden is still in Cali, living his best life. We got FSU news that we'll be going into. Things that are detriment. I don't know if this is good news for the football program or bad news. Gotta love the Doke is basically built up. We got NIL stuff. Really, NIL world is going to change. College football era fun facts. Man, what would you do to advance the cause? How down are you to procreate and breed? It's going to be serious questions. Bill Belichick is dealing with something that's undefeated and untied. Tush push in the NFL. NFL is adding a new award for the people who get no awards. Got Broncos working out together. Keep politics and sports. 2028 Olympics, hard knocks. We're something that's going to probably get us banned and hated by Jaguar fans, but they're going to have to fuck with us anyway, as I'm going to be doing more Jaguar content. Who is Trevor Lawrence comp? Who is he? What quarterback does he most resemble in the NFL? Who's his twin? Isn't that what the kids say nowadays? Yo, twin. Who is Trevor Lawrence's twin? We'll talk about that. Shamar Stewart, saying MFTB. Fred Warner getting paid. Shadur Sanders, Jalen Milroe, Charles Woodson, Wildin, in my opinion. We got B.S. a bussin'. We got RG3 and Ryan Clark doing the corniest online beef. Shy Glizzy is the MVP. I don't know what his name is. It just sounds like it should be Shy Glizzy, but I know that's not. That's a terrible nickname. Speaking of Mel Gibson getting active, and we have a Twitter list that I responded to, but it's extremely white, in my opinion. But I colored mine up when I did it. But it's your top 10 sports movies list. If you have your top 10 sports movies, you go ahead and give us your. You don't have to give us your top 10 sports movies, but what is we can have that as the recurring theme right now. What is your favorite sports movie of all time? And you can just mention one. You can mention numerous ones in the chat, but the key is the biggest thing is what is your favorite sports movie? I can tell your age by what a lot of people, and I can also tell if you really about sports. By the way, some of the things that they named. One of the guy's number one is very white, but he clearly what's my comedian name that I like? Now the white guy that does great comedy. He was just on Saturday Night Live.
Bill Burr, Gillis.
Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis is his breakdown of Remember the Titans is one of the best ones. I've told you that's the one when he said football is so big in the South that it cured racism after 3 weeks. All it took was the local high school team going 6-0, and racism just evaporated. And he was like, if transmissions really wanted to get everybody on their side, they should go beat Alabama. But it was one of the, this is before I knew who he was, and I was just like, yo, that shit's funny. But what are your favorite sports movies? But mine was pretty good, man. I think mine was good. My sports, I'll tell you what this, but we'll go back to it. Matter of fact, if you can guess my favorite sports, actually no, I can't because it's on fucking Twitter.
Ooh,
but my favorite sports movie that will always be up there because it's got great quotes and it is almost really like what college was when I was there, and we'll delve into that one for a little bit. But starting off, going into FSU news as we always do. We got to talk about it. I don't know if I like this. This is one of those one of the things that teams post that bother me. I don't give a fuck about what a team GPA is. I'm sorry. I am not like these young men were not brought in to increase the academic aptitude of Florida State University. It does happen. There are Myron Rolls. There are David Castillos. Shout out to on this day 3 years ago, Myron Roll and another one of my friends. Another one of my friends, damn it, God just made me forget my guy's name. Garrett. Both Rhodes Scholars, both tremendous athletes. But that ain't why you come to Florida State. You go to fucking Harvard if you want to go get you a good, solid education. Not solid, Harvard's more than a solid education. Yeah. Get you a good education with some solid football, probably bad football, but you get to go play and pretend like you were tough. But it's Harvard. A 3.31 GPA. The highest you could get is a 4.0. So
goodness, your whole team average?
Yeah, like I'm just saying,
it's
entirely too many smart people. This is what people
keep. If they want to play video games with me later.
So what I'm hearing, like today when I was there, like all the National Guard, because they love to ask me about football, because everybody here in this city knows I played and they know I cover it. And you're like, so what do you think about Florida State? If I'd have saw this, I'd have been like, we closer to 2.2-8 again, or 2-10. When they say they want a smart football player, they do not mean I want an academically smart football player.
Highest GPA in program history.
Bobby wasn't doing this shit. Bobby had us by the short and curlies, and he knew it. And that is again. I love the old man to death. He's my guy. Can't wait to see him one day. I don't know if he's looking up or if he's looking down, but I hope to see him one day. But when he came in, he was getting guys from the inner city and the trailer park or the country. He wanted people that needed this degree. And I'm talking about taking Prop 48s, which a Prop 48, you can go Google what a Prop 48 is. That just means you either didn't have the GPA. Oh, I didn't call you. You didn't have a GPA or you didn't have the test score, but bottom line is your ass barely graduated high school. Like, going back to one of my favorite movies. Like, he's like, this man couldn't even read before he met you. Bump you, doughboy. I can read. You see that shoe? It says Adidas. But like, it's just, I'm laughing and joking because the reality is most of the people that we idolize are fucking stupid. And like from an academic standpoint, like they don't know they or there. They don't know you or you are. They don't know any of those things. They don't know how to. I tell people all the time, it's very confusing with me on Twitter because I don't believe in punctuation. I'm just going to type what I want to type. So I might have. It's a question, but it might not have a question mark on it. But you knew what I meant in the context. But I can tell you this right here. If I got a bunch of 4.0 linebackers, I'm not winning shit. They ain't not smacking nothing, man. I don't want a bunch of 4.0. If I have a center that's a 4.0, good. He needs to know the plays. I'm going to tell you guys, do you know why Mickey Andrews was so successful at Florida State? He employed DEI. He had one white player on his defense at all times. And do you know what their job was? The job was to make sure that the black players knew the play and knew where to line up at. That was the white guy's job. They also had to be a really good ball player, too. Like you had Bush. Bush was a really good ball player. Number 44, white boy, cold-ass linebacker. Believe he tore his ACL in the Sugar Bowl. Fucked up. Good. But he knew how to line people up. Kyler Hall, number 41, my guy. Kai Hall, yes, he had 2 interceptions against UM on that Labor Day game where most people only talk about my touchdowns. But you know what else he knew how to do? He knew how to line everybody up and make sure everybody in the secondary knew what the fuck they were doing. That is what we need sometimes. I need guys that I feel like, whew, thank God somebody gave them a chance to get a college degree, because who knows the anarchy and the treachery that they would be doing in real life. Hell, the whole world talked about my teammate Antonio Cromartie when he was on Hard Knocks, when he did the ESPN thing. They made it seem like that boy was borderline retarded. But have you ever heard Crow talk on this show? It sounds like he don't know what the fuck. It's what we're good at. If you want Crow to lead an English class, it's probably not my guy's strength. But if you want to know the nuances of cover 3, of odd coverages and when to run odd coverages and even coverages and how you should run even coverages, no, this man got a PhD in that shit. That shit sounds so intelligent. And that's how all of us are. Like, there's some shit that I don't feel like you put that A squared plus B squared equals C squared shit in my face. Look at you like something wrong with you. You're trying to get me to speak alien. But let me draw 34 belly up there. Like, you would have never seen somebody be able to write as much about the gut, the fullback dive play as I could. Get me talking about duo blocking, and you'll be like, oh my God, I never knew blocking could be so educational and so entertaining. But I can tell you what I don't want. Like, I do want it in real life, like with my high school players, because most of them ain't gonna go to the college or whatever. I need them to be successful in life. I'm sorry, I just don't want my alma mater having 3.31 GPA. Give me a 3.0. That's about right where you need to be at. That's good. Now, if my son comes in here and brings that shit, I'm gonna cuss him out. But the point is, I don't want that's too many smart guys. There's not enough dummies. SMU got like a 2.91, and they were like, we're taking care of business in the classroom. And I was like, yeah, everybody's picking on SMU. And I'm like, damn, I thought that's about right where you want to be at 2.9. C's get degrees. I graduated college with a 2.000003 GPA. I graduated in 3 years. What? Because I was smart. It's because they paid my bills when I was in school. So I stayed in school, but that's where they had dropped. And you know how many classes you could pass. But I don't know, man. Y'all gotta get this shit worked out. We need to recruit some. I'm tired of recruiting good kids. Yeah, goons, man. Give me some goons, dog.
Defensive end of the Oakland Raiders, known for the statement about not knowing the Senior Bowl was for seniors.
Well, in his defense, when was this statement made?
I don't even know who Charles.
I don't know who that is either. But right now, the Senior Bowl isn't for seniors; it's for people who are no longer playing. They changed that rule because so many seniors opt out. But yeah, man, you got to have some dummies, man. Jameis is not dumb.
I know.
Jameis is just awkward and but Jameis is far from dumb. Like, Jameis is like a really good student. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You gotta have a couple guys who just, we don't know why they're there, or their screws are loose or something like that. But going to the next thing, we got Doak Campbell Stadium laying that good sod down, getting prepared for the matchup against Alabama on Labor Day weekend on that Saturday, August 30th. Look at it. Everybody was like, it's not going to be ready by the time to see it. We got a whole fucking side right there. Shit's going to be ready, guys. Took a couple years. We're doing our thing. Looks good. I won't be able to afford those seats. Neither will you. But I will be in the Champions Club. I'll have my end zone seats. It will still be good. Make sure you do your part to make sure that Doak is rocking. Look at that grass. Hopefully the grass locks on and catches good, and we get some good rain that lets it set, and it becomes nice, soft, and spongy. Kudos to the construction crew and the grounds crew for working and making sure that Doak is going to be prepared for this season. So we got a little technically NIL, knows in the league. Why can't we use this to like recruit better? I don't know. But I mean, I'm assuming we're getting who we want, and as long as they win, you ain't gotta hear from me. But when you look at what they're saying, Knowles in primetime, every primetime game in the NFL season next year will have a former Knoll in it. This is the reason why you go to college. Well, the reason why you go to college is to be able to earn a living outside of your family, to get paid as much as you can get paid. Now, academically or athletically, whatever the case may be, you get to the NFL, if you parlay it the right way, you should never have to work like traditional people have to work for the rest of your life. And here is something that we should be able to go into every home and say, why would you go to Auburn? What the fuck has Auburn done in your lifetime, son? The last time Auburn played in a championship, they lost to us. My son was a baby. He wasn't even one yet. Alabama, I get. Georgia, I get. Mississippi State, Ole Miss. Mississippi State's best bowl game was the Gator Bowl, which I love. But come on, my man. What they don't have a guy in prime time every game. The U was in its best bowl game that they've had, and they got their asses stomped. Not stomped, they lost. Stomped is egregious, but they lost with the number 1 overall pick. You could go to Florida. Florida hasn't done anything since most of these kids were not alive when Florida won their last national title. It's just sitting here and you're looking at all of these different things that we should be able to go into a room and say, if the goal is to get to the NFL, boom, here's what it is. And regardless of NIL, regardless of how much money is being made, I don't want a kid who don't want to go to the NFL. Don't come here if you just coming for a check. The check is going to come in, but I need you to be ready to go to the league. And if you're not willing to go to the league, then man, get the fuck from around me is what we need to be with these kids, what we need to be telling these kids. So, but this was, great, cool thing, cool graphic. We got to parlay this into top classes again, man. But yeah. Boss man D-Lo really gay out here. Somebody just sent me something like just. We were talking about it. We didn't do. You saw the? You saw the picture of the? Well, but I'm saying, did you see the dude? I mean, he built like a woman. Actually, built like an independent woman that don't need a man for shit. But still, it's clearly a feller. Like that part, he ain't hiding that part or whatever that was, but.
And D-Lo came out and said anything?
Yeah, he said he ain't entertaining it. But that's the problem. You ain't got to entertain it, though. But speaking of NIL, nothing is more American than old. This is more of a generality, and this is a statement of perception. And this, if you're not this, it's not all of y'all. It's just the rich ones, and which is probably nobody watching this broadcast right now. But nothing. But some of y'all are haters, and it's okay because you're an undiagnosed hater, or you're diagnosed and you refuse to latch on to the diagnosis of this. Because, to quote one of my favorite rappers, Corey Carter, He said, dude, respect the game. That should be it. What you eat don't make me shit. Where's the love? But when these young knee highs have been getting paid, and since they've been getting paid, it's kind of similar to since black people have been free. Everything that they've tried to figure out how to do is how to get them unfree. And there are times when they walk right in. We have walked right into not being free. This is your history lesson. This is me being a historian. But the minute they give you money, they want to make sure they can regulate and take it. You don't believe it? Women got the right to kill babies because that's what it is, baby. I'm sorry. There's no other way around it, but I appreciate you being, you're right. Your body, your choice. Ever since they got their body, their choice, people have been trying to figure out ways to take that shit away from them. And they finally did it. It's crazy. It's like you get it, you win your freedom, and then every year on the, like, they're always talking about how to take that freedom that you just got given away for no other reason because America's sore losers. So what do you mean by that? I'm going to read what Ross Dellinger said, and this is great. This is good use of your 240 characters. It's a stunning move. I love that shit. That caught my attention when he said that shit. It's a stunning move. The power conferences have drafted a contract that would bind schools to new enforcement rules and require them to waive the right to sue over decisions, sources tell Yahoo Sports. Basically, what they're doing before we get into reading it is the conferences are saying, because the conferences are noticing that the politics is getting into this. States are doing things like making, like states that have state taxes are saying, you know what, we're not going to subject NIL to state taxes because it's unfair that Florida has an advantage. They're doing things like saying, you know what, you're going to make laws that are going to be able to take your athletic department and have it separate from the university so that you can be able to get direct funds and use it in any way that you see fit. They're doing things to be able to make sure that they can have advantages in the and what the NCAA is doing, and I understand the thought process behind it, is they're trying to make uniformity and make sure that everybody is abiding by the same exact rules. Now, in order to do that, schools, which are state, most of them are state, which are state-run entities, have to make decisions to where, do I want to put my state, my taxpayer-fueled university into a contract where they basically give up their rights as citizens of that state? And do I listen to the conference over this? And is the money good enough? Because they're doing it upon threat of not being in that conference. So if Kentucky decides that they don't want to go into the same rules, is it worth losing the $80 million annual TV contract that you're going to get? Is the house settlement high enough for you to be able to take said risk? Schools not signing the contracts risk eviction from their conference, regardless of state laws combating impending house settlement. On May 1st, in perhaps an intentionally quiet signing, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee scrawled his name across the bottom of a 6-page state bill. Senate Bill 536, which would affect Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Memphis, and the numerous others, and their affiliated collectives to break house settlement rules and prevent college sports' new enforcement entity from penalizing those schools. The law is a launch missile toward plans for the NCAA and power conferences to police the revenue sharing era of college sports, taking aim at the athlete compensation cap, the severe penalties for rule breakers, and the policies that prevent phony booster-backed NIL deals to players. Conference executives have plans to combat those laws. Officials from the Big Ten, SEC, Big 12, and the ACC are circulating a draft, meaning they're using the media to scare people, of a groundbreaking and first of its kind document intended to prevent universities from using their state laws to violate new enforcement rules, and in a wholly stunning concept, require schools to waive their right to pursue legal challenges against the new enforcement entity. Basically, I am indentured servitude. I'm going to take this money for you to be my pimp. And I can't, it's not just suing for this. we can't sue you for, like, if I waive my right to sue, that means that they can kind of do a lot of wild shit, and ain't nothing I can do about it. And that's going to be wild. I'd be very, very interested to see how that works. Waiving your right to sue is a fundamental right, your fundamental right as an American. Even if the state law is contradictory and would exempt the CSCS from lawsuits from member schools over enforcement, offering instead a route for schools to pursue arbitration. The document described as affiliation or membership agreement is not finalized, but a draft of the contract has been distributed to several school presidents, general counsels, and ADs, many of whom have expressed legal concerns with several of the document's concepts, which are now being refined. So the document is meant to be signed by all power conference schools, perhaps, as well as other opting into the settlement, as a way to bind the group and provide stability around enforcement of rules. That includes, most notably, decisions from the new Deloitte-run NIL clearinghouse, dubbed NIL Go, an entity expected to more strictly enforce booster pay. The consequence for not signing the agreement is steep, as schools risk the loss of conference membership and participation against other league programs. You have to sign it or we don't play you. As a condition of membership, you must comply with the settlement and enforcement, says Power Conference president. Again, it will bring in some regulations from the NIL, because right now it is pay for play, but they've done a great job of hiding it. But the reality of the situation is NIL is not going nowhere, and you got to just salary these kids. And like, I have seen like some of these deals that some of these kids are getting off the field. Like, anybody who knows this, I have a young man, Bryson Wright, that plays at Mandarin, and me and his father have gained a great relationship through 7-on-7. And this kid is getting paper, dog. Well, not getting paper. He will get paper. It's and rightfully so. He is elite. So that's going to be a big deal in the capitalism thing. And maybe this is why Nicholas Saban was saying we don't necessarily need 4 or 5 to step in and regulate NIL for us, as we already know, as we already have steps being taken to be able to do these different things. But waiving your right to sue is wild. Nothing better in the summer than list Twitter. College Football Kings has put out, during the college football era, only 8 quarterbacks have had a season in which they accounted for 4,100 plus total yards, 43 touchdowns, and 7 or fewer turnovers. 5 of them won the Heisman. Two more were Heisman finalists, and the other was Cade Klubnik. That's like not a great way to just like end. But that would be 2019 Joe Burrow. He won the Heisman and a Natty. 2017 Baker Mayfield. He won a Heisman. 2014 Marcus Mariota, who I call the Lifetime Achievement Award Heisman. They just gave it to him because he was just good for the longest. 2022 Caleb Williams won the Heisman. 2023 Jaden Daniels, he won a Heisman. 2023 Bo Cephas Nix, Heisman 3rd place. 2021 CJ Stroud, Heisman 4th place. 2024 not in the top 10 in Heisman voting. If his dad was a famous football player and a head coach in college somewhere, he would probably be upset. But yeah, so wow, right there. My bad. Speak of the devil, somebody comes in. Real quick question as we get ready to go into these different things. We're talking about, the question of the day is, what are your top 10 top 10 sports movies? Put them in the chat, whatever you got. We had some people say the program. What are some of the other sports things that you could do? One of the movies that's on my top 10 list is a harrowing tale of sibling rivalry that spills over into adulthood. There's sometimes there, especially when it's two of the same sex, there is the one son that just everybody likes, and then there's the son that's kind of different than the other one, maybe more nerdy. And damn, that's a good one, Angelo. Did not even think about that. But it's Little Giants. Little Giants had everybody forgets. They just see him as Modern Family. Very few people remember him as Al Bundy. But Al Bundy was in that thing, and he was like the button up dad. I think he ran a car dealership or some shit like that, if I remember. Probably gonna watch it this weekend with my kids. It's about that time. It's a really good movie. But they had Icebox. And now that I think about it as an adult, it probably should not have been a child's nickname. In particular, she played hockey, and I get it. But we all know during that era what box was slang for. And the fact that they called her Icebox she was the only chick who played, but she was playing football. And if they did a rendition, an adult version of the Little Giants, do you know who would play Icebox? Brock Lesnar's daughter. I had a guy get mad at me because I said, hey man, say man. And I didn't mean anything by it. That's something I said. I wasn't calling her a man. But what I will say is that's a tough thing right there, dog.
She just really resembles her father.
That's just too much. It's stuff like this, right? That if you do believe, and I never want to fuck up somebody's ability to believe, but you gotta believe he got a cruel sense of humor with some of the shit that he puts out there. She got she is easily 12% body fat. Now, right here, just pause it. Well, no, not there. Not there. But right here. She's got some flexibility in the hips.
Knees like Megan.
She could probably dip it low, pick it up slow.
But
we know she's got great triple extension in the hips. We see the fact that she's a good Division I athlete and an elite shot put thrower, and that can get you $2.5 million coming out of high school, apparently. But then you see her and you be like, hey, man, you know what? She's white girl, blonde, hair cornrow back. Could be fun for the brothers. RG3 right now is just like, yo. He's like, give me some milks. But then, whoa, my bad, bro.
I thought it was
my bad. My fault. This is the dude, like the comedian that died, the fat one. And he was talking about what if one of your friends transitioned, and he was just like, that's the whole. I'm sitting here wondering what you doing with all that ass. Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon. And then you just sitting there, and that's how he talking to you. Smile. That smile. They were talking about it on the timeline. They were like, he was like, man, I don't know if I could take that down. I said, take down? Brother, you ain't taking shit.
Yeah, really.
She's taking you. And you're sitting there looking in the mirror, wondering, thinking about life. But I'll tell you this, and then Brock Lesnar was very stiff, good rider. But somebody was like, she and Brock Lesnar will whoop your ass and blah, 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 rah, rah, rah. And I said, you know what?
Time for that?
Probably, I don't know. Never thought about fighting Brock Lesnar before. I've only seen Brock Lesnar fight in a in a sanctioned room. You know what I'm saying? Has Brock Lesnar, has anybody ever seen if I see Brock Lesnar in a fight, I'm pulling out my switchblade and I'm cutting Achilles. It's not finna be fair. Like, what the fuck you talking about? That's the problem. I know a lot of y'all ain't never been in a fight before. This isn't how fights work in the real world. If the battlefield is even, you did a terrible job of preparing the battlefield. Hit people like even in wrestling, shit. Like we not hitting with that aluminum trash can. We're hitting with a real trash can. Now you hit her, she's gonna probably be like the lady from Harlem Nights. Oh, so you want to hit people with garbage cans? She's a tough looking young lady.
Like a clone of him.
She is literally spit out like her dad. Spit out like her dad. But then what I did tell I told the guy, I was like, in the most polite way we could say, I said, instead of being out here defending celebrities that don't fucking know you, you need to ask yourself, could you fight me? That's the better question. Like when people be coming up here with these things like, I don't know you, you're not my friend. Like, why did you show up on my page? Defending her. She can defend herself.
Right.
She don't need you. But right now, there's a RG3 that's going to love her dirty draws. That's going to love her jockstrap. But outside of that, all jokes aside, incredible athlete. She's a 4-time Mountain West thrower of the year. She's the #1 shot put thrower in the nation right now. I'm going to tell you, USA, babe. USA, babe. We need you for 2028. Please be there. That's all I got to say, man. But would y'all take any minute? Because you know what we talked about is in order to create linemen, we need a big white woman.
Well, that's why I think she's a clone. She was a failed experiment. They wanted another Brock Lesnar,
and then they just and they couldn't get the Y. They couldn't carry the Y. They weren't good in algebra. They had me in there.
She was supposed to be Captain America.
That's what. I'm just saying, man. Like that's the wild thing right there. Like he couldn't even I ain't supposed to put, do you have a son of age? Nah. I got a daughter. No. You want some of this too old man? No. I got a daughter her age, but that's I you know what? I'm just not even gonna hold you. If she has a boyfriend, that's a solid dude that loves her for who she is on the inside. But I think she got a backpack everywhere she go, dog. With 4 extendo clips in it. 4 different sizes, man. Whatever the woman wants, whatever she wants it at, she has it. But I do believe somebody needs to breed that. But I don't. You can't give me, that can't be my first white woman. That couldn't be my first white woman.
Wow.
That could not be my first white woman. That would be terrible for all the pretty white women out here on this planet. Yeah, man, like I've been, y'all been, call me crazy, man. We did this stuff with Leslie Jones.
Me up with Leslie Jones.
We found a picture, the one good picture of Leslie. You just put that, you turn her around and you put that on the wall. So that's what you're looking at. And when she tries to turn and you just twist her head back that way, don't ruin the moment. Like, what if Brock is there and be like, you with my daughter? I don't know what Brock sounds like, but it just sounds like it's got to be Russian now. If he doesn't sound Russian, it would be bad. Or German, like whatever Cold War shit. Like he's got to sound like not Igor, Rocky IV. Who's my guy from Rocky IV? Khal Drogo. If he doesn't sound like Khal Drogo, like he's got to learn how to sound like Khal Drogo.
He's an American boy.
It doesn't make sense. That's some Russian shit. If he dies, he died. And that's what he's telling his daughter with the guy. Like, Daddy, I'm going in here with my boyfriend and we're going to make a kid. Remember, baby, if he dies, he dies. Like, that's what you got to tell him. But nah, man, kudos to her. Zangief from
Zangief.
I'm just saying, like some of them cats, like Okay, now that I think
He's
about
from
it,
South Dakota.
now that you say but South Dakota ain't nothing but it's cold. It's Russia. It's American Russia. Like nobody want to be in fucking South Dakota.
Hell no. You'd never catch a brother like me.
Nah, the only brothers that go to Dakotas are North Dakota a little bit more, but are military cats. Because there's but that's where like all the nuclear silos are at. Again, Russia. Like all I think about Russia is nukes and snow, and them cool ass caps that they be wearing, that they be rocking. But kudos to her for being a champion and winning, and good pedigree. And you just gotta know, man, them jeans strong as fuck, dog. Like your kid ain't gonna look nothing like you, dog. Like imagine going on Maury Povich. That baby don't look like me.
That's you. That's you with your hair long. Oh man, I can't. This is the first time I'm seeing this news. I wore my Patriots shirt out yesterday, like I was celebrating this dumb shit. Oh, there we go.
But oh man,
yeah, I didn't even know about this. Yo, bruh. Ah, man, bro.
Undefeated and untied.
Oh, bro. Come on, man. Ain't no need for bro. She gonna kill this man.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no way she wants to spend the rest of her young ass life, even another 15 years.
Cause he got 15 years.
Yeah.
He got a solid, because he's 72 right now. He gonna live for 15 years. But it ain't gonna be a solid 15 years. He gonna be like, he gonna get like in his 80s and just be like it's just gonna go from really good to really bad.
Yeah, real quick. Is she gonna be putting something in his cigarette Wheaties or whatever?
Nah, I just think she just like Master P thought she got that killer pussy. Like she just gonna fuck him to death.
Ah. Illegal murder.
Yeah. And she already like some not the money her. She got it. Man, listen, bro.
I can't. You know what? Whatever makes him happy.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I love Bill, and I thought this was gonna be good for college football. My son couldn't play for him. Son could not play for him. Bill got a grown son older than her. That's his like heir apparent.
Is this what's after midlife crisis?
Man, Bill got divorced from his old lady and just started chasing young broads. Listening to not Future's son. What's his name? What's the dude's name? Designer. Listening to Panda. He got broads in Atlanta.
He's actually pulling the Kanye. Left the old and now here we go.
Shout out to Kanye participating in the season that never ends. It's always get your girl back season.
Oh, really?
Like she came back.
Who?
Bianca, whatever her name is. They
broke up.
Yeah, she was talking about getting a divorce, and now she's back.
I would kick them both in the nuts.
I just don't know what Bill. I just want to pull it to the side but not as a journalist, but as a guy who's wondering.
Right.
For my own. This is for me.
Exactly.
I don't want to tell anybody. I just want to know, what tricks are you using?
Oh,
like what succubus? She always asking, why are you always asking? She like we're gonna interview his son, and he's gonna be like, she asked him for $350, and she keep asking for $350. She $350 him to death. Like, what is she doing to him that he's never had done before?
I just want to ask him, you didn't have to, right? Like, what was she gonna leave?
It's a bad contract.
Right. You didn't have to do this. Not at all. You could have kept. Well, why? So
what I want to use right here, I need us to blow this up, because there's something I saw and I hate it, right? It's a safe space. It's a great show. The only color we see is green, and that's the colors that everybody's colored. who's a member, but I welcome other people's ideas. And I don't know what it's like to grow up white, but I observe because I'm in a lot of different rooms consistently, and then I grew up one way, right? One thing that I don't like, one thing I see white people, I think those are bots, especially with Elon Musk's Twitter. He's making that shit basically more like the shit that Trump had, True Social. More people feel more confident to come over. But when I hear black people say white women don't lead with sex, our black women are over sexualized, and I'm like, you ain't really been around white people like that. Well, you haven't been around. Like they be like they talk about the gay agenda for black men and blah 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 blah. They always joke and just throw it. I was like, y'all don't watch white TV, do you? There's a lot of gay shit in white TV. Like you just don't you just don't watch it. And they've been like I'm saying, they've been doing this shit. Like they don't know, like what rich people don't flaunt their wealth. And then you see motherfucker, nah, them bitches richer than the motherfucker. Like, everybody, like you look at Mark Zuckerberg and he wear the same. Was it no, not Mark Zuckerberg? Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. And you'd be like, oh man, he wears the same. He just dressed like a bum, but that's rich bum wear.
Yeah, that shit.
You don't know that shirt is like Bill Gates doesn't do this. You don't realize that Bill Gates had a fucking foreign car collection. Everybody has a fucking vice, guys. Like, get out of your mind and just like black women only complain about relationships and do shit. Like, why are you saying that? Black women have to suck the life out of rich men. And that's why we go get white women to do this.
That's a crazy take.
No, I'm saying, like, they say, like, I get it. They're more subservient. They're not just about money. I don't like judging people. I believe you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. I'm sorry, but I'm not judging this book by its cover. I'm judging this book by the forward. What is it when you read the back of the book and it tells you I'm reading the summary of this bitch. That bitch is not in it for his best interest.
He's not dumb though, so something's going on.
Is
he ready to go?
Might be.
Oh my God. I hope.
But I did say some shit, like, and I don't know if I want to do it now, because when I look at how I got, if I have to if I live to be 90, I want another kid.
Jesus Christ, James. Why would you give the world another responsibility?
No, I'm just clearly for the world. I just want to fuck up. I just want drama. That'd be like, I've lived long enough to be able to see. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Right.
I just want to see. But look at you. Why would you do this to me? Like, I have to split. My bad, son. Just shit happens. But like I don't understand why he wants this.
That's
because he would not want. And the craziest part about love that I've learned.
Like I'm getting what?
Well, no, it's definitely not real. Love was invented by Madison Avenue to sell nylons and makeup.
Oh.
There's a and there's building, and there's a good strong bonds, but like that shit that they show us on movies is fake. Yeah, but I just think I know if his son were dating her, he would not approve.
Right.
He would not approve.
That's why I think
he would say he's dumb, he's being dumb, and just I don't know, man.
But damn, I don't want to. Okay, reckless speculation. If you found out you were not going to be long, wouldn't you just? That's what I'm thinking now.
I gotta marry you.
I hope he's okay. Oh yeah, that's true. Why not? Okay.
But I'm just saying, because he probably does have a real will. Like, you gotta have if you have a will, if all this stuff is in place, then he's gonna be fine. But I just want you to know I'm judging you, Bill. I am judging you.
Yeah,
because
I'm concerned.
Like, this is crazy, dog.
I'm mad. This news came out when I was wearing my Patriot shirt. Make me think I'm in support of this nonsense.
My man is just... It's crazy, dog. Like, it's a wild situation.
I wish he would wild out more like Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce is wild. I think, like, at this point, man, like, you should go Hugh Hefner style.
Right.
Because you can do it. You're rich enough and accepted enough to be able to have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, bitch.
Right.
Like have a weekday woman and a weekend woman. But I also think he went too young. But
For
at the
sure.
same time, like I don't really know. Like it ain't but so many bad 72-year-olds left. Like Felicia Rashad probably can give you, but she ain't 70, she's 67. Lynn Whitfield is 72. I just saw a picture of her. She's still bad. That's the lady from that Martin Lawrence movie, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. But I'm trying to think, like, who could really just. How old is Dolly Parton? But Dolly Parton's still with her husband. Dolly Parton got the coldest husband ever of all time.
She's 72. Lynn Whitfield.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she is good looking.
No, I'm just saying, like, no, like I just like, and then I'm mad. My boy Anthony, who on the regular on the show, she goes to his restaurant a lot, and I'm like, you gotta tell me when Lynn Whitfield, because I got to see that in real life.
When she was younger,
Wow.
forget about it.
Listen, I know she was trouble. No, she was trouble. Just like Felicia Rashad was her when she got married to damn, my guy who did Inside the NBA, who ironically was a wide receiver. That was her third husband. So like she Whitley from a different world is she's
the
aged.
light-skinned one?
She's aged terribly. Ahmad Rashad, that's it.
Ahmad Rashad, damn.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that.
Like Whitley no, wait a minute, is it Whitley?
Whitley
Whitley is the light skinned one that was dating Wayne, right?
She wasn't the cutest on the show, but she had some energy that was.
It was they just wrote her in.
Yeah.
She was very light skinned, and at that time it was colorist, and they just said we're gonna make the light skin just like
she
Gina.
was no Myra.
I'm gonna be honest, definitely not Myra. Now that show
ridiculous.
Those writers were too pro black. They had it. It was the first time in black TV history where they could have made the light skinned girl the cute one, and everybody, hey, you know what? You ain't got to push it on us. I don't know what Steve saw in Laura.
Yeah, ain't no way. Compared to Myra?
And Myra was aggressive and about him. Not just about what she wanted. Right. Probably down for whatever. She was about him. She'll whoop your ass over Urkel. You got to get you one of those, dog. A light-skinned girl that can scrap, dog. Yeah.
Rest in power.
Yeah, but that's tough. Yeah, she's past. Now Laura got prettier, like later on, but like she just wasn't. She never was on the same shit as that. But like just like Martin, like Tisha Campbell straight. She not bad. I'm sorry. Pam's still fine. Like
she was funnier than I gave her credit for. Now that I'm rewatching Martin, like she was an integral part of the show.
Oh, really? Them going back and forth was a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Maxine from Living Single.
Oh yeah, but
give me Maxine all day.
The finest one, like.
Well, no, the other one that she wrote, the friend that was like the single one that always had a bad dude. I can't think of her name right
now my mind is drawing.
But she was fine. But Maxine was like, all right. But the other part of the competition, the comedian chick was cute too. But you weren't gonna push Kim Fields.
Oh my gosh, she's fine now.
But Erica Alexander, God,
wow, this
damn.
Is today.
Yeah. But she was in this movie, man. She's still bad.
Right.
Kim Coles was cute, but I mean. Queen Latifah needs a lot of work. Queen Latifah's just still like she's still fighting that that thing inside of her. Like
she got sick?
No, she's a dyke, dog.
Oh.
But she tries to clean up every now and then, and just like sometimes she looks okay, but like I mean, if we being like.
Kim Coles was the cute one? Ain't no way.
No. Kim Fields. Regine.
Okay.
Regine
she was the ditzy one.
She was ditzy. But, bro, this is literally Friends.
Yeah, they got. I mean, even Girlfriends.
Girlfriends definitely did. Now, Girlfriends, listen. If you want Tony Childs was it. I'm sorry.
Like, the big
Jill Marie. Oh, yes. And then they tried to, what's the show with the girl Insecure. They literally I called that that was Tony Jr. Like they literally, whoever the African girl was literally looked just like her. It's the lips.
Oh, you mean this?
Yeah, they call her Antoinette, but I guess on the show, but her name was, everybody called her Tony, but that's who the dark is. Like they got a bright ass light on her right now, so she don't look light skinned. She don't look dark skinned. Okay, well, that one picture they should not do. Oh God,
Yeah,
that right there.
Go.
That or the one with the red lips, dark skinned women with red lipstick. Man, listen.
Whew.
Man, let me forget about it. Anyways, getting to like now, this if Bill Belichick was dealing with this,
we need a new list of like top 5 fine sitcom black women.
Oh, number 1 all day is Claire Huxtable.
Oh.
Like it's just she was the fool. Like there's a man. This is why I don't believe Cosby.
I'm trying to think who.
I'm gonna be like, this is why I don't believe Cosby did it. If anybody, he was going after her. Because the energy, like it was this scene when she was just talking, she was at work, all powerful and shit. And it like right there, man, that's like 80s just normal, just looking at you.
At first I was like, but then I seen this picture, like, hold on, wait a minute.
Bruh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bruh. I'm saying, man, I know that thing still works.
Oh, man. As far as the moms go, she might be number 1. I still don't know if she got Myra beat.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got to go different moms, levels, dog. Like the not 227. I mean, Jackie Harris was pretty bad too when she was doing her thing.
Whoa, when was this?
I don't
hold on.
That's CGI.
Yeah,
dog.
I was about to say she's number 1.
Time out. Look, you can look at that one and then look at that. They really enhanced them things, dog. Them things wasn't like that, dog. Yeah.
Who did that? Who?
Nah, that's some perv did that
at the time. But her specifically, I need to go ahead and put them on Claire Huxtable. That's
you didn't need to do that. Yeah. You didn't even need to do all that. She was dressing bad too back then. But like, I don't know. We do need to do a list on just who are
that's
the
a top 5. I'm sure Twitter will get a hold of.
Yeah, like that's one we can all get behind because it's tough. Like, cause you gotta separate it to moms.
Yeah,
and you gotta separate it to because I mean Topanga up there.
What is she? Because you already know I love Topanga.
Tangerine. I don't know. Like I don't know what her.
White.
I was just like, she's not white. She's Simpson colored.
Something.
Like, but Topanga. Like that boy didn't even know what his world was like.
Yeah, I was upset. He couldn't do nothing with that. He didn't know what to do.
So she wasn't mixed.
Damn, what is she?
Like, and she got the crazy look with the lips and everything too.
What? Yeah, yeah,
dog. Yeah, Topanga wild. But yeah, getting from Bill ain't even got a good young one. She just okay. But 6 from Blossom too. She ended up being
I don't know.
She was in a lot of black shows on the WB and all that other not WB. What's the Parkers, I think. That's what she was in. Yeah, that was when she was in the Parkers. She was hanging out with the blacks.
She's one of those.
Yeah, but nah, we're going to the NFL. We got the tush push. They needed 24 votes. It only got 22. And the tush push is still there. They can't ban it. The final vote for the Packers resolution to ban the tush push is 22-10. Philly hangs on. The final score of the Eagles win over the Packers in the playoffs was 22-10. Symbolism. That's what Ian Rappaport put out there. I don't know if that's actually true of what the score was, but the here are the teams that voted against the tush push. Obviously, the Eagles, the Ravens, the Browns, Lions, the Jaguars. Could we see Trevor Lawrence getting his tush pushed in? Who knows?
I don't like that sentence. I don't like that sentence, not one bit.
Could Ann Coulter's son, because that's what Trevor Lawrence reminds me. Dolphins, Patriots, Saints, Jets, and the Titans all said, fuck the tush, and keep pushing. Eagles, upon the news, do you know what they put out there? You gotta pull that up, man, because this was elites trolling. Right here, what the Eagles did. If you go into our list, it's the last.
Oh, this one here.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
When in doubt, you got to push on, and I think that's hilarious. This just hey, it's all within the rules of the game. I think if the tush push is being there, one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is your offensive line has to be able to obviously push everybody as well as the people pushing from behind. But you really need a great offensive lineman. And that center in the tush push is the one who's going to have to deal with a lot of stuff. It should be able to be up for this award because the NFL is implementing the Protector of the Year award, which
sounds corny.
It does. They kind of come up with it. They could just say offensive lineman.
Yeah, do that.
You don't have to say protector. It makes it seem like you're like they're grabbing them up, like bodyguard type shit. Playing the Celine Dion, near far, wherever you are.
That commercial.
Yeah, like when you win, that's what should be played in the NFL Awards show. The lineman of the year, the protector of the year award goes to some random ass lineman. And they play when they're walking up near far, or what's the bodyguard, the big song from the Bodyguard soundtrack. That's just what it sounds like. Oh,
have a quarterback singing.
Yeah, your quarterback should have to serenade you coming up there. They got to give the O linemen finally getting the respect they deserve. No, they're not.
Yeah, they're not.
You're calling it the Protector Award.
We still don't know their names.
Right. Broncos. Quarterbacks are afraid of these duos. The Broncos have one of the most vaunted defensive end sack combos. We got to come up with because a sack has two. A sack is a duo. We probably should just come up with something better. But the Broncos have Nick Benito and Jonathan Cooper, 24 sacks between them. The Vikings just under it by half a sack with Jonathan Grenard, Andrew Van. Hold on. Texans with Daniel Hunter, Will Anderson, 23 sacks. Ravens, Kyle Van Noy, however you say Adofe away, 22 and a half. Damn. So the Broncos got two sets of duos in there. So they have Zach Allen as well in there. I think they probably should just take the one guys and just say the Broncos are really, really good.
Yeah.
There's probably better ways to go about that. When you oh, this is funny right here. I'm gonna send you this right here. Somebody they put video leaked of Bill Belichick and his new fiance. That's hilarious. I just texted to you, Miles. But yeah, Bill Belichick is But yeah, that's a lot of sacks going on for that. A person who wants them to have more sacks and probably would care more if he did this. I thought this was a joke. I think it's a joke, but I think it's also calling his bluff. Because if we're going to be anything, let's be for real. Who in the fuck wants the Cleveland Browns? Like they left once already. The city cried. They gave them again, but they left to become the Ravens. And then they came back and haven't done shit. Like why they left the first time. But the Cleveland mayor, Justin Bibb, doesn't seem too concerned about the Browns planning to leave the city of Cleveland via Fox 8 News. There are more important priorities than the Cleveland Browns, says Justin Bibb, on the Browns potentially leaving Cleveland.
Papoose.
Definitely looks like. I think it would be personally though career suicide if you have an NFL team and the NFL team leaves. Just for those who are listening to this show and don't understand and they think athletes are paid way too much, I agree with you. But they are. So there's nothing you can do about it. The NFL salary cap in the next few years will eventually be at $500 million. That's $500 million. That's $500 million annually in taxable income just by 53 individuals. Now, that doesn't include the other millionaires, the GM, the head coach, a lot of the front office staff, all of the other different things. And I'm not even getting to the other stuff. Just that alone is career suicide unless you have something to replace that, which very few businesses can come in and replace that. If nothing else, it's not $1 billion they bring to the city. It's $1 billion in taxable income and revenue that is brought to that city with people who can not only be taxed, that can pay for, they have to have places to stay, that have to be able to eat, that have to be able to train and live, and they have families. That is money that is going to be spent in that city, not excluding or including the other shit that comes with it because of tourism that comes into there. Bone Thugs and Harmony ain't bringing motherfuckers to Cleveland. But for 8 games annually, there will be another team from another city that comes to that city. Right. And while I did enjoy Cleveland when I went there about 8 years ago, I'm okay with not ever going back.
Yeah, I was like, ain't no way you would.
I went to see a Jags game.
That
I went to see
Look at that.
Like, I actually believe we parked over there.
That looks
so
like
what you're looking at right there, what's behind that camera is a river that looks like it's full of shit.
Yeah, I was gonna guess.
It is a brown river. It looks like a sewer. And just, I mean, listen, dog, you gotta know, again, you gotta know when you're the bad bitch. New York can do this. Right. New York can say, fuck the Yankees, fuck the Jets, or fuck the Giants, fuck the Jets. We're New York City, bitch. Fuck it, we'll get another one.
Not a happy day was had there. And
it's called Google what Cleveland's called, what Cleveland Browns Stadium is called.
Interesting. Let's see. Nickname?
Yeah.
And Browns Stadium. The nickname for the Cleveland Browns Stadium's Huntington Bank Field is the Factory of Sadness.
The factory, the factory of sadness. Not the dog, it's the dog pound, but the fact they have literal YouTubes of the Factory of Sadness, man.
You create and distribute sadness. That's your thing. Oh my God. Yeah, that's accurate.
And that's what it's like to be a Browns fan.
He said homeless can't buy poop river.
Dude, like I told somebody, like, if I ever fell in that river,
just burn me
alive. I'm dead. Like, my life is over. Geez. Talk about the NFL and the Olympics. NFL has statement by Scott Hallenbeck. Well, NFL has said that owners will allow players to participate in flag football in the 2028 Summer Olympics. On behalf of USA Football, I'd like to thank NFL clubs for approving the resolution allowing NFL players to participate in the 2028 Summer Games in Los Angeles when flag football debuts on the Olympic stage. USA Football has had extensive discussions with the NFL on the potential of player participation, and we're thrilled to see those efforts become a reality. As the national governing body of American football, we have tremendous responsibility ahead of us, selecting, training, and leading the U.S. men's and women's national team in LA 28. We're fortunate to have a talent pool that already features prominent flag football stars who have helped USA football establish a gold medal standard in international competition. Including players from the NFL only strengthens our ability to build the best U.S. men's national team possible and achieve our ultimate goal in LA 28 to bring home 2 gold medals in flag football. We will continue to develop our high performance plan that guides the creation of our national teams. We look forward to working with the NFL on specific opportunities that NFL players can use to showcase their skills and become eligible for selection to Team USA. What's his name? Like Daily Douche or something like that, who's like one of the most famous flag football. I don't remember his name,
so funny.
but his name,
Can't be
I'm gonna be
that.
honest with like the famous
You don't
hold up.
gotta find it. I don't care.
flag football's
Daily Douche is
best
like,
player opinion on Olympics. Let's see. It's not Daily Douche, but it's something. Like he wasn't happy about it. I do know that.
Really? He doesn't want competition. Well, I guess he worked so long to build it up.
Well, his thing is like he thinks it's arrogant for them to believe that they can play flag football.
They've been playing football their whole lives. You call that
It's
arrogant?
it's different,
But they play flag football too.
but it's
like
not
they're
the flag
never-
football that we know.
Oh, it's a different.
It's like I notice it every day when when Kai switched to I9. Last year was Trey.
Mhm.
When they come from tackle, they're too aggressive. They're running through motherfuckers' faces. And they don't like that. That's a flag. That's a penalty. Like they're like when Trey played NFL flag and they ended up winning it, but they had to play a girls team. And the girls be whipping ass. Like they got all the cool moves. Like there's this move where they like drop and like do a walking lunge when you try to come to their flag.
Oh,
And like it's like moves and like shimmies and spins and things of that nature that I don't really think like don't benefit you on the football game. Like on the football, but it benefits in flag. But I want somebody to do me a favor, and we can just put this in the chat. When actually is the LA Olympics? So that we can have an educated discussion on this. Because that would really like make the most sense. When is the LA Olympics? Like what date? Do we have the dates?
July 30th, 2028.
Oh, well, damn. I stand corrected. They might be able to do this shit then. Normally the Olympics spills into August. Training camp, like, so these guys just missed the first week of training camp. So like they're not really gonna miss anything. So like I thought they were gonna miss weeks of like install and shit like that, but like
I mean, if it could bring another goal to America, I'm with
then
it.
I'm with it. Like, man, just get the best players.
And
dog.
we better been dominant because if you don't think NFL players can be there and then you go out there and bum it and lose to Japan, it's a wrap for your whole sport.
But yeah.
Best flag football quarterback.
Yeah, John was the best quarterback. Bills and the Hard Knocks. Did you hear about the Hard Knocks? What happened with the Bill Belichick's old lady fucked up the Hard Knocks?
Oh, they were gonna be at North Carolina?
Yeah. Bills got the Hard Knocks. I'm watching it for Keon Coleman alone.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah. You gotta do that.
Player comps. Gotta love this. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna go pull up some stuff because I know people are still commenting on
This is not good.
Still commenting on this. Boom, right here. Okay. Read this. So I put Trevor Lawrence needs to grow up. It's got 2,000 fucking shares. Just say you don't watch 3-3 shit. It's a great day. 13 weeks ago. Just say you don't watch Jazz games and you seen highlights. Mac Jones ain't did nothing. Another random blame Trevor Lawrence yapper. Next. You trying to insinuate anything to the tune of the offense running different because of Mac and not OC protected Mac's lack of inability is where you lost me.
That's kind of.
Hey, bro, you really have to excel when you smoke that crap. Otherwise, it rots your brain. All right. So cool. But Trevor Lawrence is good. Compared to a lot of people in the comments that are doing this. So this is going to be a great one right here. 22-38 is Trevor Lawrence's record. The person that he compares to was 22-37-1 during the first 60 career starts. Now this young man is now with a division rival, probably be a backup until Anthony gets hurt again, and then he'll play a couple games. Can't say he had better talent because this team that he played for, the New York Giants, didn't have shit. There was no guy that you could say was opposite of Daniel Jones that he was slinging that bitch to. I'm going to tell you, Daniel Jones should have never been drafted where he was drafted. But Daniel Jones was not considered a generational talent. Like, generational talent is what we've said for Trevor Lawrence. I still think he could be good. I want to say that. But what I'm saying is he has, in theory, the win percentage is better for Daniel Jones than it is for Trevor Lawrence. Not by much, but better. Trevor Lawrence does have him in total yards by throwing 14,898 yards to Daniel Jones is 14,605 yards. Pass touchdowns, Trevor has more. He has 69. But he also has more interceptions. He has 46. Matt has 62 passing touchdowns to 42 interceptions. Passer rating, 85. Blows Daniel Jones' 84.3 out of the water. Completion percentage, 63.3% by Trevor Lawrence. Daniel Jones is at 64%. So the guy that everybody is making all the excuses for in Trevor Lawrence is Daniel Jones with a longer neck and more hair. Them's the numbers. Don't tell me about wide receivers. I don't know the Giants. The Giants have neighbors now, but he didn't have a chance to throw the neighbors. Tommy Guns was throwing the neighbors, and they got rid of his ass too. All I'm saying is Trevor Lawrence is going to be fine, I believe, but it's okay to live in the now and say that Trevor Lawrence is dumpster juice. At times. At times. Taye is a phenomenal. We can make this as the title of the remake of Dumb and Dumber NFL version. They look like they could play in a Dumb and Dumber remake. And if you've watched some of the clips of Travis Hunter, there's somebody put he's looking better. He overthrew Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter dropping the ball. It's just a lot of things. I have hope. I want to believe, but man, listen, let's just let these plays get made, dog. But I hope Trevor. The only way we're gonna be good and win these games is if Trevor does his thing. So, luckily Travis Hunter has confidence, and I love the back and forth between Travis Hunter and Cam Ward. Cam Ward makes a statement that is going to make him an instant villain in Jacksonville when he comes. Shout out to Louis, our resident Titan here. Cam Ward says, "I would hate to be a Jacksonville Jaguar." Travis Hunter just very quick and terse. We didn't want you.
I hate to be a Jacksonville Jaguar. We didn't want you. We didn't want you. That's what you see on your team. They say they're trying to get rid of you.
You know, like quarterbacks that much.
You said what?
You know, they don't like quarterbacks that much.
Who?
They only got you because they have to.
Nah, Tennessee love. I hate to be a Jacksonville Jaguar.
We want you. We don't want you.
That's what you see on your team.
You know, like
They say they're trying to get rid of you.
You know, they don't like quarterbacks that much.
You said what?
You know, they don't like quarterbacks that much.
Who?
They only got you because they have to.
Nah,
Now, what's funny is in this, he's saying what I said about Shadur. They only got you because they had to. They don't like quarterbacks that much. I'm just saying, like, he literally in cracking on Cam Ward, who both of them are friends with Shadur, they have both said the quiet thing out loud.
Right.
In getting back with him, you shat on your friend on accident. Speaking of shatting on the establishment, Bengals, the cheapest franchise in sports, first round defensive end Shamar Stewart will remain sidelined as phase 2 of offseason workouts begins today. Due to a disagreement over contract language in his rookie deals.
He's broke. They ain't got no money.
He's just like, his thing is fuck you. The contract language he wants is fuck you, pay me. Like, that's what he's saying. I want all my upfront money tomorrow. Like, I don't know what's going on, but like, brother, eventually it's voluntary stuff right now. Eventually you gotta play, bro. But you know, hey, if he goes in and stinks it up, it's gonna be bad. Shout out to the 49ers who are saying the salary cap does not exist. We're gonna go find this bread. This guap.
The opposite of
49ers, Fred Warner agrees to a 3-year, $63 million extension with $56.7 million guaranteed. For those in the back who say NFL does not have guaranteed contracts, Fred Warner signed a 3-year, $56.7 million guaranteed contract. That's what he signed. Fuck the $63 million. All that does is make people feel better about themselves. He did not sign a $63 million contract. He signed a 3-year, $56.7 million contract because that's what's guaranteed. And you speaking of contracts being signed, Shadur did. I don't think people realize what those contracts mean. Everybody who is on the 90-man roster has to be under contract. But kudos to him for getting to this point right now. Shadur signed a 4-year, $4.6 million rookie contract with the Browns. Never in Shiloh's wildest dreams would he believe him and his brother would be making the same amount of money. But to Deion's credit, this gives him the fatherhood nod coming into Father's Day in a couple weeks. 2 of his sons now have NFL contracts, and that is something to not be ashamed of. That is a difficult thing. Kudos to him. The Seahawks signed quarterback Jalen Milroe to a 4-year, $6.26 million contract. Kudos to him. Looking like Ken Griffey Jr. in that picture. And in money moves, Hall of Famer Charles Woodson was approved at today's league meeting as a limited partner to the ownership group of the Cleveland Browns. Kudos to him for being an owner, but he's an owner. Like, remember when Jay-Z, now it helped Jay-Z because he was able to move the Nets to Brooklyn. So he made money on the move because he owned the real estate. He owned a lot of the other stuff. And Charles Woodson is a really good he owns a wine. He owns a lot of other different things. This is one of those, I don't know how to describe it. Like, what would you think would be something to brag about, like, in general? Like, if you owned a piece of, like you were a owner of a company.
Oh, shit. Apple?
No, I'm just saying, like a percentage of, like, what would you consider, like, if somebody said, hey, man, we're going to use you as the guy, as a face of diversity. What would be an intriguing ownership, like, amount for you?
Oh, shoot. I guess at least the quarter.
Like 25%?
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you he doesn't own 0.25%?
Why are we even talking about? Like, what are we talking about? I don't. That's like me.
0.1% ownership stake in the Browns. They had to vote for 1% own this. I technically could own next year when they open up shares of the Packers. You can own 0.1% of the Packers because the Packers are the only team that is owned by the fans, literally.
Ooh, that's not good.
Like so, like they sell shares and they sell seats and they do different things like that.
Oh, okay.
That's how they're able to do it. They split the money, like so, like they have everything else except for a true owner. No, yeah, except for a true owner. But it's why they'll never leave Green Bay.
Yeah, for real.
But you know, kudos to him though, because it's still a cool thing. He's gonna be privy. Like I don't know what Tom Brady's ownership stake is in his, but like I like this. It does give you the opportunity to be like it's easier for now that he's approved, it's easier for him to go buy more shares if he wants to buy more of that team. But Charles Woodson, one of the best corners to have ever played, doing his thug dizzle with that. Going into the BS or bussin', when I saw this, I definitely thought these were seasoned frozen hamburger patties. When you click on it and you put it up here, you'll definitely see. But I will say, if I just looked at it and you didn't tell me what it was, I most definitely would not have eaten that. I would have told my uncle to fire up the grill. But I
oh, hold on. Yeah, they're not cooked.
it's not, but that's not meat.
Oh, why would you make a snickerdoodle?
I love snickerdoodle cookies.
Yeah, what are y'all playing?
Absolutely love a good snickerdoodle cookie. I don't know if it's the name. I love the flavor, but the name just makes it sound wholesome. I also love strawberry cookies.
I don't think I've ever had a strawberry.
But the strawberry like Will's.
I've never even heard of it.
Oh man, you gotta go get like this. They got you've had a butter cookie before, right?
Yeah.
They have like the strawberry cookies that are like the butter cookies in the corner store. But this right here looks like a very well seasoned burger patty.
Right.
Like if I saw that, like I'm like, damn, this chef is like really like everything is seasoned to perfection. Every patty is the exact, like he did not waste any hamburger meat. He walked in there and knew he had enough. He eyeballed the work and said, I got enough for 10 patties. But I don't know how those flavors match up, but I would eat one. Once I got over the fact that I thought it was a raw, because I saw a burger that somebody ate the other day, like a cookout burger, and I'm like, come on, dog, come on, man, ain't no way.
I can't imagine
you eating that thing rare, bro.
Yeah,
like you got to cook it a little bit, man. This ain't a steak, no. It's got to be some brown into it, and you bite into the pink. Like one of the guys, he has his wife is white and he's black dude. And I asked, I was like, is she from Mississippi? I was like, and did you invite her into your home when you bid it? I was like, or did you stick your coos in the like, but just oh man, I've never had a cookie like that. But that cookie also looks good. Have you noticed that? Have you had crumble cookies before? Like they look like they make spineless cookies. Like boneless cookies. No. Like all their cookies are like they're not cooked all the way through. Like I need my cookie. I don't want it hard, but I needed to have a little bit of like structure into it, man. Like some of the crumble cookies don't get somebody said them they're medium rare cookies. Yeah. RG3 and Ryan Clark decided to have a lame off. With everybody else coming into play and showing how lame they are. What's the running? Shady? McCoy had to come in and talk about, they had to put his thing into it. Of course, Achu had to come in and talk about shit. And we didn't ask shit from him. All these guys came in and they were discussing shit. And it's like, bruh, like we don't like you guys.
Yeah, you're all a bunch of dirty macking, pretending to be protecting the
Mhm.
black female ass.
And none of them, like, the thing is, did you hear what Ryan Clark actually, like, when he said, what he said? Well, we played it on the show, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to speak from a place of experience. Black women want you to fight for them, right? You know who else wants you to fight for their honor? White women. Or they want, and nothing does that more than white men. They want the perceived perception that they're defending their woman's honor. Everybody wants to do that. Now, what happens is people lose context and don't hear things sometimes the minute you mention their wife. You don't have to mention their name. You don't even have to say anything particularly bad. All they hear is that you're talking about their wife, and then there's a negative connotation to them. And the reality is, he was clear. He wasn't saying nothing bad about your wife, dog. It was fuck you, basically, is what Ryan Clark was saying. Right. And just using, like, just saying, hey, your wife is white. And saying what you're proud of that. You saw they exposed the milk tweets.
No,
RG3 has a fetish. Like, he literally talks about milk more than the normal man should. So what went down with that is, you guys remember, you're listening to the show. A few months ago, it was a conversation that guy had with me. A guy reached out to me. I have no real beef. I have no beef with the person. I don't agree with some of the things that they say. I don't agree with some of the things that they write or how they write it. That's my opinion on their stuff. They get mad when I speak on it because for whatever, I'm not a beat writer for FSU. I don't go around. I don't blog about FSU. I talk about my alma mater because I love my alma mater, right? But you remember that thing I told you about the guy Brendan Sinone, right? And he got mad because we talked about, remember he did the T thing?
Yeah.
And we were talking about how, I think that men got to leave something to women. In particular, black women. That's their thing.
And we couldn't have been the only ones who said that to you. You know, your friends told you the same thing.
They might have, but he's white. Who knows? It was cultural appropriation. Yeah. I don't know what goes on in those worlds, but I did bring up his wife in the conversation, but the context wasn't like, I wasn't saying anything bad about his wife.
Right.
But his wife was brought up, and he was just like, don't bring my wife into this.
I be hating that because it's just.
And then I'm like, and then I'm like, dog, did you listen? It was sent to me. I said, damn, somebody gonna send you the whole thing? They didn't tell you the context? I said, well, and I told him, let me give you, because I'm like, so I will never talk about you behind your back. Here's the context of what I said.
Right.
I said, I joked about your, not even masculinity, because gay men are masculine. I just joked about you possibly being gay. Because that's how gay men talk about tea and shit. And I said, nah, you might not be that because with your wife. But what I will say was honorable about him. He was ready to get his ass whooped by his wife. It's honorable to me. I think it's stupid, but it's an honorable thing. But like if you would took the time and just like kind of like listen a little bit,
right? Like
you wouldn't have got, or before you got huffy and puffy, like went and checked out the context, listened to it, remove yourself and say, hey man, maybe I'm overreacting on this. But what happened is sometimes you let people gas you up into making this shit something that you might not be ready to do. Because I always tell people when they come to me with a certain energy, I say, we can fight if you want to. And typically I know that's going to kill a lot of the stuff. But if they really do, I say, we can welcome in. Let's figure this out. Give me 5 minutes. We can give each other 5 minutes. Old school style. I ain't going to take it out. I ain't going to get it out of hand. But we can go old school style and then be done. But like, I remember that situation and it helped me grow. Because from there, I can see why RG3 went the route that RG3 went, right? I don't agree with it. I think it was soft. And I think instead of RG3 actually paying attention to what was actually said, he chose a way to get just the same thing that he did to race bait and get clicks. He chose another way to get more clicks. And here's here's the thing that I fear more than anything else. When I start seeing people that I look at their tweets and I know they'll never agree with anything that I say, but they agreeing with me now, I start saying, well, man, I might be the wrong person right now.
I don't like the company.
Yeah, I don't like this, dog. These people over here feel real unfamiliar right now. Like, the same people that call RG3 corny that say, I hate RG, I hate the way RG3 commentates, are now defending RG3 on some bullshit. But I'll say that. I also say Clark could have done something else. Now they go and push a T style. They making Ryan Clark have to claim his firstborn daughter. I didn't even know he had a white child. I didn't know he had a half white child.
It shouldn't have been starting shit.
It shouldn't have been it, but like now you doing this stuff, and like people like they talking about how you going to defend black women but have alleged rapist and pedo this that on your show. Like you again, but I'm with that shit. You can't you gotta be consistent on Ryan Clark too.
Right.
Ryan's got to be consistent on it.
Don't be on no captain for no reason.
Yeah, you do. But I like the thing is that we could have just kept it to where, hey man, we do need to keep this basketball. But like you over here, and then like shit, and you know who jumped on this shit and then made me again. I fuck with Marcellus Wiley when he was playing, dog. He was a smart brother from Compton that went to a small school that came out and made a name for himself. But he has to jump in, and I'm sure Jason Fatlock ass is somewhere over here getting ready to get his greedy ass in there.
Right.
Apocalypse is upon us. Has a child with a white woman and has the audacity to question the blackness of RG3, who is married to a white woman, all over a damn file, talking about wives. Now that's foul. That's not what he did, though. He just said you're not talking about black women comments, and he doesn't think it's being had in this house. Okay, Andre put a big game. I got a white baby mama, and I'm married to a black woman, and Clark was spot on about, but they ain't ready for that. I think that they have conversations about Angel Reese that's not fair, and I think people make Caitlin Clark into something that she's not. And the fact is, I don't think Angel Reese. I think Angel Reese was a female fierce competitor that got fouled harder than what she would have liked. But to say she has, I know what hatred is. That was unbridled hatred in her heart.
And then Ryan Clark could have talked about the basketball without involving the fact
and it's just like black women have to go through all of this.
Bro,
this is where black women be saying shit like should have said, hey, until you become a black woman, don't speak about black woman shit. Because what happens is now Sage still got shit to say. You know what Sage still is? Regardless of how you feel about her, she's a black woman. She is fucking fine. She's just skinny as shit, but she be doing that shit where, here, touch my hair. You can pet me. Like, nah, don't do that shit to me. I swear to God. Do that shit to me, I'm going to chop you in your fucking throat. Or as I told the one chick, you grab my hair, I'm going to grab you by your pussy. Like, don't touch my hair without permission. I don't know where your hands been. COVID got spread not by people eating bats, but by people not washing their hands and washing their ass. But RG3, I do think from a perspective, and what we talked about with it wasn't about his wife. It's just like, dog, you a quarterback, and quarterbacks don't like getting hit late.
Right.
So, like, how dare you? Like, did you hate a D lineman because he hit you? Because he played to the echo of the whistle? Or did you hate the fact that, damn, I might have just got? That's the shit that be bothering me, dog. Like, just people just say shit. But
it'd be people, I'm wondering, like, if you're raised by a black woman, it's never like people like us who are raised by black women who ever be like, we all got to support all black women.
No.
Like, you guys haven't been around black women. You're lying. I know it.
No, I'll tell you a black woman right now that I won't support. My daughter's mother. Dead fucking serious. Like, what? I'm sorry. Like, no, I'm not supporting everybody. The problem is, like, believe all that. That's why we had that viral video. There's a great kid somebody believed that black woman was getting her ass whooped and abused that was married and somebody died that night. They came out there and met the chopper.
Right.
In a Travis Rudolph.
And when you're overprotective like that, I believe you don't believe in their power and their ability the way you pretend to.
Or you're a fucking abuser yourself.
True. You're hiding some shit, and it ain't about protecting.
What I would never do is put like I don't like if a woman getting in with me, I'm just gonna say like I heard an old man say, I don't argue with women, and I'm gonna walk off.
That is the most disrespectful.
Very disrespectful.
But
very disrespectful.
What can you do?
He said his piece. She volleyed. She wanted to keep arguing. He said, I don't argue. I don't argue with women.
I mean, even if a man told you that, what can you do?
Yeah, but I'm not finna go. As I tell people, I'm not finna go fucking back and forth with you. I'm not finna argue with you about stupid shit.
Right. You can't do either fight or nothing. So
that probably that's why when I see people really come with, do you want to fight?
Right.
I just ask them, do you want to, like, is this what you want to do? Because let's do it. Because let's skip to the end. And then we can come back to like actually talking like regular people if that's not what you're about. Because the reality is that's not what you're about. Wars are fought over pussy. There's never been a documented war over dick.
Ugh. What a tragedy that would be.
It would be terrible. But what I'm saying, we all read about the Iliad and about Troy.
Right.
Like we never have read the reverse of that.
Imagine a bunch of sirens being dudes.
Right, that would be terrible.
To the rocks.
That'd be terrible, man. But I'm just saying, like, with this whole thing right here, man, it's unbecoming.
Yeah.
And I just think you say your piece about RG3. Hey, this is what I do. I say, man, I be saying my piece sometimes, and I know it's gonna probably get some shit. You know what I do? On Twitter, mute. It's peaceful. On Facebook, it's people really arguing in some comments of mine. And I have muted that conversation. I'm not going back to that thing.
I would argue more, but I ran out of time.
The problem with IG is I can't mute reels and stuff. But like a lot of this stuff, like, dog, like you really, I think he doesn't, he's not defending black women, but he's not doing it on purpose. Like Ryan Clark is really feeling like he's doing a righteous thing.
Right. Yeah, I believe he believes.
I believe he believes it, but I'm like, you're not consistent with it. And I really believe RG3, I don't think RG3 is smart enough to know what he's doing.
Yeah, you don't think so?
I think RG3 was like I think RG3 remind me of my friend Sam, dog. And Sam says stupid smart shit all the time. And then he'll go, I'm just a guy with a podcast. I don't know. Like he's been on the Fire Mike Norvell train. Like he did the spaces for Fire Mike Norvell, and it went hot. But then we went 10-3 and we went 13-0. During the whole 10-3 and the whole 13, this is just unsustainable. I'm just like, bitch, be fucking happy. We're winning fucking games, right, dog. Like I need a, and then now that they're not good again, I told you, bitch, you ain't telling me shit. It's just, it's hard because he really think he's saying some shit. Inside of his heart, like in his heart of hearts, he really feel like, man, I just put some fire shit out there. But what he's getting is a response. And the scariest people on social media, and I believe, not saying he's one of those, but like one of the scariest things on social media is the people who don't care what kind of response they get.
Yeah.
They just care about the response. And that feeds them, and that the negative or the positive all give them the same high and the same feeling. And that's where RG3 is at. It's not that I don't want anybody to clip this and have me saying RG3 is stupid. I don't think RG3 is stupid. I think he's ignorant. And that might have been what I said, but I believe he's ignorant to what he's doing. Just like I think Ryan Clark is kind of ignorant to what he's doing.
There's a blind spot.
There's a blind spot. They feel like they're doing right. Now, who I don't think is ignorant is Marcellus Wiley. He just doesn't like Ryan Clark.
Yeah.
That's Marcellus Wiley's like, oh, this is an opportunity to shit on Ryan Clark. Let me shit on him. I'm not even going to wipe. I'm just going to go all out. And the person who's eerily quiet because I haven't seen any. I don't think I muted Jason Whitlock. I just haven't seen it. I have not heard Jason Whitlock's opinion on it.
Are gonna send me back to my Uncle Ruckus phase. I'm so tired of this.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I agree with the Proud Boys.
I just don't think people are as black as they pretend to be.
To quote J. Wayne Jenkins, aka you guys better known as Jeezy. I don't know which song it was, but he said, "I swear I hate N-words. I should be a fucking Nazi."
And that's how I know you're really black. Because if you have never had that feeling before, if you won't,
well, Chris Rock. A lot of people don't like Chris Rock because he got slapped, but he did what every comedian, the awkward, skinny comedian would have done. You're not gonna whoop the motherfucker played Ali. You're not gonna beat Ali's ass. Everybody hates niggas. As a black man, I hate them too. Like sometimes it's just like you're like, all right, man, you're too much. But sometimes as a black person, it's a good. Like I listen to Glorilla and some ignorant nigga shit in that song. One of the first songs at the red light, twerking at the headlights. I would love to see that shit if I'm not going to rushing to work. But like if I'm just, man, that's interesting. That's nice. I like that. A nice way to gyrate there, sisters, girl. I love that freedom. But if I'm like late to work and you doing that, man, get your ignorant ass out the street, man.
You can't just always love hip hop and then, black people and then expect me. If you never hate them, I don't believe you ever love them. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. So like, I don't. But I think these guys are all also attention whores. But right. I think Ryan Clark is extremely good at his job, though. So I fucks with Ryan Clark.
College stuff. Everybody gets super black in college. I was like, I went to Rosa Parks kindergarten. Enough's enough.
But,
ooh.
But nah. So what else we got here, man? Shy Glizzy. I'm just gonna keep calling him. That's gonna be my just.
I don't even know why would you.
I don't know. Where did that come but the Oklahoma, I just thought that's what his name was when I was betting on him earlier this year. Like, why is his name Shy? Who would name their kid Shy Glizzy?
Like,
but I think but his name is Shy, right? Because that's how they spelled the name for the group. The R&B group is spelled like that. But he's an Oklahoma Thunder MVP. 2014 KD, 2017 Russ, 2025 Shy Glizzy. All of them have one thing in common. And so if you're going to bet against the team winning the NBA championship, this is the time to bet against Shy Glizzy because all of those guys were losers with OKC. So, but good for him. Have no idea if that's good or not. But I do know somebody who is balling right now. And shout out to balling and got no. But this is how you know what? I'm on the train. She's the GOAT. She is the Michael Jordan of WNBA. You know why? She got a mid-white woman got black men arguing about her while she getting buckets. Kudos to Mel Gibson.
Oh, and it's Shay Gildress Alexander.
Oh, my bad. Ooh. Three uglies.
God. Yo, you can't. I was trying to hold it in.
Three uglies, man. Good for them.
But God,
and she did it she's ugly like her four sisters, and she's doing it in a shorter amount of time. Courtney Vanderslut, 10, 20-point games and 10 assists. It took her 430 games to do it. Diana Taurasi, if you look up female winner in the dictionary, she comes up. She had 9 of them bitches in 565 games, meaning they ain't do it like her. They did not do it like her. But Mel Gibson had got 10 of them bitches in 40 plus games. That's why all while she has large, dark-skinned, rich men arguing about her. Caitlin Clark is the real GOAT. This is crazy though. Like that man, she looked like Carson right there, but with closer eyes.
I'm pretty sure that Candace Parker,
she had a whole baby. She used to like men. Now she likes women. She had an ugly boyfriend, ugly husband. Yeah, it says it right there.
Oh,
She, Parker on the Wikipedia. Parker became the first WNBA player to win both Rookie of the Year and Most Valuable Player awards in the same season, and she could dunk.
yeah. You never see her in comparison to Caitlin Clark when they talk about because
She didn't. Caitlin Clark had a whole movement behind her, dog. Like she's really good PR.
yeah,
And again, Candace didn't get loved the way she needed to be loved.
yeah.
I mean, she was so. When I watched that McDonald, I was smitten. I saw her dunk. I was like, yeah, I just want a kid.
Oh boy, is these his kids?
Yeah, those are his kids. The one to the, you wouldn't even know
bad.
she was. You wouldn't even know she was white. Ryan Clark's daughter,
Right,
or half white. Excuse me. I don't really know. Whatever, man. Like it's just. Like this man having to write whole Hallmark cards and shit, man. No, man. Don't let nobody make you bully you into loving your kids on social media, dog.
Right.
Hey, man, y'all so weird, dog. You ain't finna bully me into doing no 10-page letter about my kids on damn social media to prove that I love them.
That's because they actually feel some type of. That's what I'm saying. People are pretending to be more black than they are. They got some black,
but they know when you got one like that, they know they can. That's the easy thing to tap.
Man, I've been smashing white women since I came to Florida. I ain't never heard of someone call me not. I wish.
Listen, man.
Whatever.
I don't know, man. It's wild, but Dove Kleiman, guy who loves the Stoke Flames, he got a lot of impressions off of that bullshit argument over there defending that that milk of magnesia mommy.
I don't. You make them not sound attractive when you keep calling them milk and stuff. I like white women. We need
no. What I'm saying, there would be. I actually saw her in the TV show, whatever the TV show is. There would be no slander for that British woman.
Oh, the thick one we saw.
That British white woman right there. There is no slander. That is a cold vanilla milkshake. Like, I don't even know what her name is. I can't even think of it, but I know one thing. She is bad. The chick who played Angelina Jolie before she became really weird was yeah.
Have you ever seen Knives Out?
Yeah.
Woof. I love this.
One, because my favorite Bond is that Bond.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I like him. Because he's like more rugged.
Yeah.
He's not like Pierce Brosnan. I would never be Pierce Brosnan. Like Sean Connery is my number 2. Some of them are too smooth. This guy is smooth but like rugged and shit. Who's the chick who played in the Marvel movies? Black Widow.
Oh, Sarah. No, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like this, like me, you can't, like, yeah, but that ain't this. I can tell you, Caitlin Clark ain't that. Them whole different leagues.
Yeah.
Like again, like you can like. I think some of the stuff that I can respect her as a hooper, dog, but don't be trying to shove her down my throat like she's a sex symbol.
Never.
But again, like I do like Angel more of my speed, but she's a sexy llama. But you can't tell me that Paige ain't better than Angel to me. Or who's the one? Again, I don't even know her name, but I just know she played for LA. I don't even know she can hoop. I just saw her one time like that. She fine. But
that's another list we need. We need like
just
actually we can't do that list.
Why?
It can't be a white woman list.
Man, listen, I'm RG. We call it the RG3 RG3 Milk Hall of Fame. Who would RG3 most? The white girl from no, because the movie said she's not white.
Oh,
she's 25% black.
I think she might be in real life too.
Really?
I gotta check that.
And Josh Allen, see, man, black women be talking about Josh Allen over here taking all the black women, dog. She was. Oh man, and the Asian woman messed everything up. And she only 28.
Oh, she's Jewish. Never mind. Boop.
All right, man. Well, no, her mother is Filipino and African American descent.
Hey,
so they really was casting her for real.
One of us. Kinda.
Yeah.
Actually, damn, that fits the movie perfectly.
Yeah, man. Coogler's 4D chess in it.
Right.
Speaking of movies, let's go ahead and end it like this, guys. The top 10 sports movies of all time. And let's read who Dove Kleiman, who I don't, again, is a bigot. I'm not going to go racist, but anything black, he doesn't understand. And he doesn't even hide it. But his top 10 movies prove this. He likes the one because it's what got us football per Disney. And that's Remember the Titans. He likes the unrealistic movie of Rocky. I'm not mad at that, but it's really terrible acting and bad boxing. Field of Dreams, if you build it, they'll come. Moneyball shows white men being smarter than what the sport needs. Miracle is dope. I didn't watch it coming up. I did watch it. I watched it like on a lacrosse trip. If I grew up white, I would like Miracle more. And Hoosiers, which is it's a true story, but it's a work of fiction. It'll never happen in today's age, but it did happen at that time. Happy Gilmore should not be in this. It's a fun movie, but come on, dog. A League of Their Own, solid. I like that. There's a song that sticks in my heart with it. You know what's in A League of Their Own? It's some elite milk in the League of Their Own. Except for Rosie O'Donnell. That was before Rosie decided to really just go ahead and embrace the other side. We Are Marshall. They talk about Bobby in it, but I've never watched We Are Marshall. You know why? That came out around the time that I believe like it wasn't far off after 9/11, and I wasn't watching no movie about planes going down.
Right.
And I was already a little scared to fly on planes for the first couple of years. Yeah. And then Sandlot, really, really good movie.
That's gonna be like
coming of age movie.
Love Sandlot.
Remember the Titans is a good movie, solid movie. Can't hide it, but like it's so fictional that it doesn't even make any sense.
You throw like a girl.
Oh, you talking about Sandlot?
Yeah.
Forever. But here's my James Coleman top 10 sports movie. Number 1, The Program. If you want to know what college football is like during the time, I don't know what the NIL era is like, but you want to watch The Program. Do you want to watch the unedited version of it where they actually all lie in the streets and they do the motorcycle scene that they had to take out because so many dumbasses was out there trying to do that shit and people were dying? But The Program is a dope movie. It also shows some of the stereotypes of different things. It shows how they prey on young players with girls to get them to help recruit them, and Halle Berry was in that one, being a predator, as she's shown she can be. Yeah, she's in it. You have Omar Epps in there, being the kid from an inner city whose parents are just trying to get him to do silly shit like read the dictionary and learn a different word every day. So he's using words that don't make any fucking sense. Like, it's like one of the things he says, he's like, I'm going to wear, he's like, my jersey number will be number 20, but indubitably we're going to be number 1. And it doesn't like even, it's just using big words that don't make no sense. So kudos to him for that. But The Program also has a lot of different things. Love the movie. You should watch it. It deals with steroids, doing whatever you got to do to play the game, people who are elite athletes, and just shit you got to do. 42. It shows Jackie Robinson from a completely different perspective and how tiring it got to be the first. I don't think people understand because we're starting to see more of it in sports. People don't understand how tiring it is to always be the first black person. And they had Chadwick Boseman, who was in there, Harrison Ford. I want to say the owner, if I remember, was the dad from Richie Rich. I just don't remember his name, but it also shows what has to happen. You know, there's got to be somebody that accepts you into the culture, into the mainstream culture. And it shows that you have to be so good that they can't deny you. And that shit gets tiring when you have to be that fucking good all the time. But they said, I'm not getting you because you're the toughest. Like, being tough doesn't mean hitting. You have to be tough enough to not hit back. And I just Like that is a fucking pill to swallow on that one. Now we just talked about this one guy, but as the third movie, because one, oh shit, yo, I'm gonna keep that as an honorable mention. I didn't even think about that one because I don't view this one as a sports movie, but Ali is a sports movie. I am a huge Muhammad Ali fan, so I'm biased. I think Will Smith did a pretty good job of it. But I do, I think they didn't go. It's a lot of shit that Muhammad Ali did that they didn't delve into, but I do believe Will Smith did a fucking phenomenal job dealing with that, putting his body through it, getting dope. Any given Sunday, if you want to know what it's like to play football from out of high school to college or even in the pros, man, Jamie Foxx being on the football field is literally what, like, my first game that I ever played in college was against Miami in 02. All I saw was orange blurs, dog. I ain't know what the fuck was going on. And that's basically what it is. The politics of being able to play, money being into it, ownership, arrogance. You see a female trying to make herself in a man's world. You see naked motherfuckers in the locker room. You see all kinds of shit. I love that movie.
Cameron Diaz is so fun.
Good milk.
Oh,
good milk right there. Then at 5, I remember the Titans. Though it's fictional, and you're gonna say me, no, it's not fictional. It was a real movie. No, it wasn't. They definitely took a lot of liberties. By the year that they mentioned it, them schools had already been integrated at that point, and Denzel Washington's coach was not very well liked. He was a confident nigga that went out there and started winning when the white man couldn't. But Denzel's performance was good. And he talked like an old school football coach. Football ain't so fun now, huh? Ain't so like, and then but also in that, I will say this, he talked about not being able to handicap players because of their blackness. And what he told the white coach, he said, hey man, don't go over there and talking to him like that after I got into him. You think you're helping him, but you're making him weak. He's going to play both of those things. And then he took him and made him on defense, but then he had to yell. White coach had to yell at him, and then the kid quit. Those are things that happen. It's just the dynamics of what you feel are necessary in grinding. I do like those things. I think I like the acting more than I like the story of it. And I think it was, again, cool stuff, remarkable. Denzel's got some of the most best range. After that, Sandlot, we talked about that. Sandlot is great. Number 7 is a movie that a lot of y'all won't realize because you don't remember what it was like when HBO didn't have movies. So HBO had to create its own movies. I think it was the summer. Actually, I think it was 30 years ago, if I remember correctly, when that movie came out. HBO had the Tuskegee Airmen movie that came out. And they also had Soul of the Game. And Soul of the Game was about Satchel Paige, Josh Gibson, and Jackie Robinson. And it was talking about the Negro Leagues. And these are some of the best players. And I had never heard of the Negro Leagues at that point. And you go in there. Now, it's fictionalized the real story because those guys weren't around each other like that. And I learned this from Bob Kendricks at the Negro League Museum. But it's a good movie. If you really want to just get some good history and let the kids watch it, really good actors. He's been in it, man. Delroy Lindo's been in everything. And look at this, Mom. Look at the picture right there, right? Tell him he looks the exact same. He been old. He been 70. Yeah, he's been 75 since 1992. He was in Malcolm X. He was in this movie Crooklyn. He was in a lot of movies. He's going to play LeBron James in the LeBron, like when LeBron James becomes old. He's going to play him in the LeBron James film. Mighty Ducks.
V formation.
Gotta love Mighty Ducks. Little Giants. We talked about Icebox, and then at 10, A League of Their Own. It's a really good movie.
It's gonna be on my list too.
Yeah. We are the members of the All American team. We go from cities near and far. We got Canadians, Irish, and the Greeks. We're all for one. We're all for all. We're all American. You know what? White people used to be so much more accepting. Like that song right there just made me think about like women singing that shit. But like, and if you're crying, there's no crying in baseball. And like, you know, Tom Hanks talking to that, and it's just like it was a good movie. But somebody put up in there, you know, I didn't even think about Major League. I
was thinking of.
So
Major
what I put,
League.
I don't like baseball.
But baseball has some great.
But baseball does have good
Yeah.
movies, and for me, like that movie, I'm wrong for not putting that in the
Major
top
League.
10.
I watched a lot, and Angels in the outfield.
I like how they switched they switched the characters, the black guy, the fast Wesley Snipes character, and then they try to act like we ain't realize it. But Pedro Serrano, you got balls. Wild Thing was crazy. But somebody put Above the Rim, and Above the Rim definitely is a really good basketball movie and just good acting in it. Tupac played like was playing who he felt he needed to be. Like in that, he played his ass off in that. though. I mean, he acted his ass off in that. So, but I mean, those are good movies. Good list. What I'm saying, like that movie right there, though. If you need something to go watch, Soul of the Game, really, really good. Really, really dope. But you know, but definitely, Major League was good. Major League was a good ass movie. There's a lot of really good movies that, but that list was trash, top to bottom. But outside of that, man, appreciate you guys coming with us on Wednesday, Friday. Will probably be an afternoon show again. I'll be traveling, and we'll be on the road for next week. Also kind of trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I think I might need to ask what your weekend going to be like next weekend, Miles. I know you got your swim schedule going up, but I might need you to we might need to take a road trip, if we can. But on that note, man, I appreciate everybody coming in here. The 420 some people watching on fucking X that could be watching on YouTube, but that's cool. Appreciate all that anyway. Outside of that, man, we'll see you guys. Appreciate y'all for chopping it up with me, and we will see you guys next time.